Chef Jasper, and today we're in the kitchen cooking wok-fired pasta, Arrabiata style, and some crispy shrimp. You're gonna love this recipe, and it's very simple. Now don't worry if you don't have the fancy wok. I love this wok. And you know what? I'm combining two cuisines today. That's right, Asian and Italian, because really it all dates back to the Asian cuisine and the beginning of pasta. A whole nother story for my pasta workshop. All right, let's get started here. A hot wok, we need that, of course. A little bit of oleo, extra virgin olive oil. I love it for this. Doesn't really need to get too hot because my wok is already hot enough. And we're gonna add some shrimp. Now, this is gonna go pretty quick here in the wok. That's why I love it. We cook on the sides, you know, we just keep mixing this up. And about this dish, Arrabiata, you know, hot and fiery. Other names, you know, Diablo, you call it when you put shrimp. But I love it when the shrimp is really nice and crispy. A little bit of flavor in here from the olive oil. You don't want to miss that, but I really didn't need that much. Let this cook for a few minutes, and you had the beginning of a great dish, one that everyone's going to enjoy, I guarantee you. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. When my father used to make this dish, he would add minced jalapenos instead of the red peppers. And I'm telling you, it was fantastic. And no one ever really knew what his secret was. Also, at the end, I have another secret I'll tell you about. Stay tuned for that one. Continue cooking this shrimp. You can add a little bit of the red pepper while it's cooking here. Just gonna make it a little more hot and fiery, and that's what we want. Now, here's the deal with the shrimp. It's nice and crispy. Do you want it a little more crispier? It's up to you. You know, you can actually put in a little bit of flour and have a real nice texture on there. But, you know, when it comes to pasta and adding something with flour on top, I'm not really into it, but that's up to you. If you want it a little bit differently like that, that's fine with me. Also, you could splash the pan with a little bit of brandy or white wine at this point. Some more great flavor. You know, get creative with this dish. That's what I'm doing. Arrabiata style. And the shrimp in this wok, 2-3 minutes each side, and we're ready. Actually, we love the flavor now in our wok. So, you know, if you watch Chinese restaurant chefs prepare dishes, they'll actually clean the wok out very quickly, or if it's a second step, and that's what this is, you know, stage 2 in the dish, we're gonna keep the pan because all the flavors are right in there. All right, that's all I wanna do with the shrimp here. See this nice little coating on top here? Shrimp is starting to curl. We know it's cooked, and it's nice and crunchy on top. All right, let's just put this aside. And there we go, we got our pan going still. All that flavor in there. Some extra virgin olive oil and our onions. Now, let these onions cook down. They're gonna cook a lot quicker in the wok. And while that's going on, let's go over here and let me cut up some garlic. Yes, 4 cloves of garlic. And we can slice this, dice it, chop it, whatever you like. My friend, who is a well-known Italian chef, taught me a secret. We went to culinary school together, that he used to get where he didn't want people actually biting into the garlic. He would put the garlic on a toothpick, the whole clove of garlic on the toothpick, and drop it in the oil. Cook it, make his sauce, and when he was ready to serve it, just like a lot of other dishes when you're preparing something and you're ready to serve it, what'd he do? Took the whole piece of garlic out, so you just had the flavor. It was more infused in there. What'd I tell you about the onions cooking in a wok? Look at that. You see why I like this wok? I keep saying that. Look, we just go along the edges. It's so hot. Oh, yes. You're going to notice something else I don't put in this dish. And don't forget about the secret coming up. Salt. Where's the salt going to be? I don't need salt in this dish. The shrimp is salty enough. That's up to you again. We're just waiting for these not to really caramelize, just to cook down. But what's happening when they do start to cook down, right before the caramelization, some of that natural sugar is coming out. But I like my sauce a little sweeter. I think that's the Sicilian in me. And I do add a little sugar to the sauce. A lot of times people say, they could tell when you're from Kansas City because in Kansas City, the people come from Sicily. If you're on the East Coast, a lot of people come from Naples and above. But we like our sauce a little sweeter. All right, that's because the tomatoes, and we talked about that before, are very, very bitter, and you just don't always have the highest quality, so they want to kind of sweeten those up a little bit. Look at this. Was that quick or what? All right, what are we going to do here now? Let's add some garlic. And you really got to be quick with the garlic because that's going to cook a lot quicker. And we don't want to burn it. So that's it. Oh my gosh, the smell right now. I'm loving it. This is my kind of dish, my kind of cooking. I get excited. Our tomatoes. A little red wine. Get those tomatoes and kind of just chop them up. They're going to cook down. Look at this sauce. The longer it cooks down, the longer the tomatoes start to break down. But it really doesn't have to cook that long. Remember, we're cooking in the wok. This is not Mama's sauce or Nana's sauce where it's going to cook for 12 hours. And notice, I told you some of my secrets. No oregano either. Nah, not in this sauce. Basilico, some fresh basil. We'll leave some to put on top also. Let's get that basil and just tear some of it. That's all we got to do. Now we're working. Now we're getting flavor. And a little more red pepper. Love the red pepper. We talk about Sicilian. It's my family's from Sicily. That's more like Calabrese. The Calabrese from Calabria. Love their red pepper. We're going to add our sugar. Sauce is cooking down really, really well right now. And to be honest with you, we may just be about a minute away. In the meantime, let me cut up some green onions to put on top. Yes, I keep the green onion industry in business, I'll tell you that. I love green onions. We're just going to sprinkle those on top right before we finish it. Just a few. All right. Our pasta is cooked al dente. The tomato sauce is cooking down. Arrabiata style, hot and fiery, wok fire. That's right. That's what we're talking about. Okay, here comes the secret I told you about. I'm not going to do it here on the video, but add some butter to this. That's right. The butter brings everything together and the flavor. No Italian will ever tell you that they put butter in their sauce. I've been to Italy many, many times. I can't even tell you how many times. I've cooked up in northern Italy. I've cooked in southern Italy. I've cooked all the way cities in between. And I've seen many chefs use butter. Yes, we love a little drizzle of olive oil to finish it, we call it. But the butter just brings it together and gives it a flavor. It may be a little the French influence in the cooking. That's it, though, but it's something you're going to love. All right, here we go. This sauce is finished. I mean, how long did that actually take at this point? Are you looking at it? I'm loving this. We'll add our pasta. Give it a quick toss. Oh, yeah, come on. Now we're talking. This is a one-pot meal. So easy, so delicious. Great history behind the dish. Of course, using these Italian tomatoes. Don't use a puree, please. We don't want to use puree. We want to use the whole tomatoes because, look, they break down. Don't use crushed tomatoes either. Look at this. We crushed them ourselves. Finish this with some green onions right on top. We're talking arrabbiata. Some of the shrimp now. Yes, right on top of that. There we go. A little more red pepper. Come on, I got a heavy hand with that. And some fresh basil. And we have the perfect wok-fired arrabbiata. I bet you haven't seen that before, but it's something everyone's going to love. It's something I would be proud to serve on my family's table.
brought to you by Hen House Markets.